Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Lee, aka Rollin Thunder, and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be talking about future plans, how things are going with the channel, how things are at work, and everything in between. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a cup of tea, and let's get into the video. So, boys and girls, how are we all doing? Today has been a rather eventful day for me. Work has been extremely busy. It's been keeping me on my toes, as you'd expect. Also had a lot of interest with regards to the MOTOMOUNTS chin mounts that my good friend Callum has produced, and he is now technically sponsoring all my videos. Well, for as long as he wants to, that is, which I hope will be a while, because it's a pretty cool thing to have. But anyway, the focus on today's video is future plans. What's going to happen with the channel in the near future? Will there be a second bike coming to the channel? Who knows? But we'll get into that as we go along. Oh fuck, please. Oh fuck me. No, I'm good. I fucking hate it when that happens. Does anyone else suffer with that? You know, instantly, as soon as you see a police car, you think, oh fuck, what have I done? Even if you've done absolutely nothing. If you've done absolutely nothing wrong. But as soon as you hear or see a siren or a police car, it's like, oh shit. Or is that just me? As you guys probably know, and as you probably may remember from previous videos, this bike is currently on finance. I'd like to be able to say there's going to be a second bike, but whether there will be remains to be seen. Hopefully, as things progress, I might have enough money saved up to invest in another bike. Would be nice to have a second stallion to ride instead of the 1098 all the time, because she's getting a little bit tired now. She's got 25,000 miles or so on her, so it would be nice to give her a rest every now and then. But it doesn't mean to say I'm going to give her up, because I'm not. I'm really not. I just want to make that perfectly clear. She's not going anywhere. She's a permanent fixture, and she will always be in my possession. But anyway, with regards to these future plans, like I mentioned in a previous video, me and Callum of MOTOMOUNTS are looking to progress into doing more bits and pieces. He's going to be getting me to do some testing for him on some certain bits and pieces when he's developed them and made them, etc, etc, you know, as you do. So with any luck, there will be a few more bits and bobs coming out that we can look at and discuss and test. I'm hoping there's going to be a few bits and pieces that are specifically designed for my bike. If they're not, it's no biggie, do you know what I mean? I'll just use them, see what they're like. If I can actually, you know, not jerry rig them, but, you know, kind of mash them together, so to speak, so they work, then great. If not, then I'll find a way around it. You know, I'm one of those sort of resourceful kind of guys that can do that. Not wanting to blow my own trumpet too much, you know, because I am a fairly quiet individual when I'm not behind a camera and on a bike. I let me biking do the talking. And just recapping on something that I was talking about before, I had one of my mates come round to my work and actually take my bike out for an hour or two. This will be all in a previous video that'll probably come out before this. I had one of my mates take the bike out and give her a bit of a beating, and his words were, and there's no word of a lie, his words were, the bike is tight. Now I don't know if he means virgin tight, or if he means tight as in it's race prep tight or whatever, but you'll find out in the video that I'll link in the description and put in the info card above, because in all honesty, I wasn't expecting him to turn around and say to me that the bike was as good as he thought it was. And this is the same guy, if you remember, I had him take my bike to the sound testing place at Brands Hatch Indy circuit when I went with him to watch him do a track day. And I was absolutely bemused that it passed the noise test, but you know, miracles do happen, I guess. And as you can see, that's what that is there, my little bit of fame at Brands. And speaking of brands, I'm hoping to do a track day there soon. What I'm planning to do is, if I can take a camera on my lid on the track, great. If I can't, I'm going to try and work it out so that I've got a camera either somewhere on my screen, so like there, either looking at me or looking out over the top, or maybe a rear facing camera facing towards me, or maybe even having two cameras, one facing towards me, one facing away, you know, who knows. I've also got that that interesting mountain location down on the swing arm that I need to test as well. Speaking of mountain locations and so forth, feel free in the comments below to suggest somewhere where I could put a camera. Not obviously, I don't really want to use my GoPro in certain locations, because the last thing I want is to lose it, because that's a fucking expensive camera. It's like, what, 300 quid? If it's one of my cheapy little things that I bought off Amazon, then fine, I don't mind losing that, because it's only like 15-20 quid or whatever it was. So I won't lose too much out of it, you know. I won't lose any sleep about it coming off on a track day, or coming off and bouncing down the roads when I'm on the street or whatever. That sort of stuff doesn't bother me. But I cannot and will not afford put my GoPro in a place where it can possibly come off or be lost. Which, obviously, if you know your cameras and you do your motovlogging and whatever else, oh, pardon me, you'll understand. But other than that, I'm more than happy to experiment with different positions. Different mountain locations, or different camera angles. I will learn to talk English at some point. You wouldn't think that, considering I had a GCSE in English, you'd think I'd actually be able to string a sentence together, wouldn't you? No, not me. Fucking special, I am. Also, you may have noticed that my steering damper is missing, and the reason why I've had to take it off is because, if you remember that little off that I had a couple of, well, probably about 3 months ago now, no, longer than that, about 5 months ago, when I hit the back of that van because of him doing an emergency stop and it was raining, blah 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 blah. Basically, I took the steering damper off because it felt like that was actually making the steering feel a bit pissed. And since taking it off, the steering has actually become a hell of a lot more progressive, a lot lighter, and a lot easier for me to throw around, if that makes any sense at all. I might sound a bit cynical with taking the steering damper off, but believe it or not, it's actually helped. I know, admittedly as well, that I have got some really cheap nasty pads in the front of this, which I could do with getting rid of and swapping out for some EBCs or Goldfriend or whatever, which I probably will do in the near future. I mean, I'll try and do it before the MOT, because the MOT on this runs out on the 4th of July, ironically. So I'm hoping to get that squared away. I've also, if you remember back when I did have the accident, this right hand foot peg was bent to buggery, but I've actually managed to bend it back into shape, which is a fucking miracle that I didn't break it, to be fair. But I've done it. It's straight enough. It's a lot more comfortable. With regards to the future plans, what I'm hoping to do to continue the ongoing sponsorship thing with Callum, I'm also hoping to get a few more test rides in before the weather starts getting shitty and horrible again, which, no, in my luck, it probably will do just as I start getting used to doing test rides, because, you know, that's the sort of fucking luck I have. But that aside, there's a lot of new things in the pipeline. I'm hoping to also get some new levers. I mean, I've got the new jacket I need to do the what do you call it? I need to do the review of, which is something that I'm going to do, hopefully. I've been threatening to do it for fucking ages, in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you guys keep your eyes open for that. And what I'll also do is I'll continue to keep putting the 10% discount code in the bottom of my videos until I get told otherwise, in terms of whether or not we're going to carry on doing it. So I'm going to keep until Callum says otherwise. I'll continue to put the the 10% discount code at the bottom of the video at when I mention it, obviously, and I'll put it in the description along with his website so you don't forget. You know, show Callum some love, because he's a top geezer. He really is a really nice fella, really approachable, really good at what he does, I'll be honest. Do you know what, this video was supposed to be about how I've been dealing with work, but I haven't fucking mentioned work. That's how fucking happy I am about being back at work. It's weird. It's weird. It's not like me to be like that at all. Speaking of work, just sort of on a little bit of a side note, how's everyone been dealing with being at work if you guys have been back to work? I know a lot of non-essential retail shops were given the green light to open this week, and if you follow my videos and you're one of those businesses, give yourselves a shout out. By all means, I have no problem with that whatsoever. British Superbikes, World Superbikes and MotoGP look like they're going to be coming back into circulation. Hopefully, if my memory serves me correctly, I think there was either a press conference or some sort of announcement saying that that they are looking to get back on track in the next week or so, or if they haven't already got back on track. So if my information is slightly out of date, please forgive me. You know, I am only human. What else? So that'd be good. That'd be really, really worth looking forward to. And if I can, I'll try and do a separate video in regards to that. As always, guys, if there's anything you want to see on the channel that I haven't already done or alluded to, feel free to bung it in the comments. And if it's something that I can do or arrange, then I will certainly do so. So if there's anything you want to see, like gear wise, gadget wise, bike review wise, or whatever, then obviously let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see where we go from there. But like I said, this channel is not just about me, it's about you guys as well. Well, I haven't said it, but I always think it. I don't want anyone to think that this is just about me, because I love the support I'm getting from you guys. We've just cracked 3,500 subscribers, so we're well on our way. And if there's anything I've missed, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Like I said, I'm only human. But for now, this is Lee, aka Rollin Thunder, saying look after yourselves, look after each other, be safe on the roads, be safe with this whole COVID-19 rubbish, and as always, adios!
You ready?